Welcome, 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 everyone. This is Tracy Una Wagner with Versatile Inspirations, and this is the second day of our 2-week mindfulness journey together. So, how was yesterday going behind the glasses and bringing your awareness back to yourself? Was it challenging? Was it easy? Was it just kind of weird? I get all of those and more, totally. But today we're going to be going down some more baby steps, and we're going to be looking at the idea of judgment. So I wanted to just read you a couple of definitions from a couple different sources. And like you're going to hear, there is quite a bit of difference in just the one word. There's a whole host of things that it means. So from one source, an act or instance of judging. The ability to judge, make a decision, or form an opinion objectively, authoritatively, and wisely, especially in matters affecting action, good sense, or discretion. The demonstration or exercise of such ability or capacity. The forming of an opinion, estimate, notion, or conclusion as from circumstances presented to the mind. The opinion formed. There's also judicial decisions, obligations, and the certificate embodying such a decision and issued against the obligor, especially a debtor. So that goes from, I kind of understand, judging, we do it all the time. A lot of times it's unconscious judging. So another location that I found, just the ideas behind what judgment means. And these, when you put an idea or even just a word, when you put a word into a form where it is something that everybody can read, everybody understands what it means, it really solidifies that word into those meanings. You can even see where just different phrases that have come up from past times, if they come up again, a lot of times people will put a different context or a different definition altogether to a word. So this word judgment has a lot of different meanings. But what we'll talk about here in a second is why mindfulness plays a part in dissolving that judgment and just witnessing or seeing our thoughts and our being and our present moment without judgment. So here's more ideas on what judgment means. An opinion or estimate so formed. The exercise of this capacity to judge, a formal utterance of an authoritative opinion, an opinion so pronounced, a formal decision given by a court, or a certificate of evidence such as a decree. Now also, the final judging of humanity by God, a divine sentence or decision, a proposition stating something believed or asserted. So here, there are so many different ideas concerning this idea of judgment and what it could mean, and it may mean something totally different for you. Also, if you look in the thesaurus, judgment also, one of the synonyms is intuition and sensing. So judgment doesn't always need to be a bad thing, and it isn't. But where were you when you first felt criticized? When you first felt like you were doing something wrong? Usually it's when we're young. Usually it's from an authority or someone that seems to have a higher stance in life, than you do, such as a parent or a guardian or a loved one or a teacher, someone that seems to have an authority over you. Now, this is just a sense we have because as children, we need to learn how to grow up, and that's totally understandable. But the little child that is within each of us holds on to that. It's like our subconscious gathers all this information of when we've been criticized or judged, whether it's fairly or unfairly, when it may have been harsh or just not needed at all, just not nice. So our subconscious holds on to those ideas and the circumstances surrounding those and trying to protect us from feeling hurt or feeling rejected or criticized again or judged. Then sometimes we shut down. We pop out of body. We don't feel the feelings of the words that are said to us, or the words that are said to us are taken so completely out of context because we're hypersensitive to being criticized or judged or taken not in the right way. So when this happens, a lot of times we'll shut down or we'll pop out of body and we just won't deal with the circumstance as it is, or we'll overreact. And that's one of the things when we become mindful, it helps us in our reaction to circumstances, to situations, to words that are being said to us, or even if we're being offered constructive criticism. Even if we've asked for constructive criticism, sometimes that'll trigger us into not reacting wisely. So being able to be mindful and to kind of form around this idea of non-judgment, it's challenging, but it is at the core of being able to lower our stress, lower our blood pressure, become more calm and at ease, and react according to the situation instead of overreacting or underreacting and popping out of body. So for this process, something that really helps me is just a short guided meditation. And in this, and what you'll see is they're guided meditations only because what I'm doing is trying to bring you back into self, back into body, and then working in that mindfulness state. But it's really just kind of an activity, something that you can do within like 2 to 3 minutes each day, and then really see how you feel about it. And the more you do these activities or these guided meditations, the easier they become, and the more you understand about your own mindfulness and your own mindfulness practice and how you react or not react to judgments, criticisms, and how you can go about putting that idea of non-judgment. It's hard because we've had it for so long. We start judging ourselves. We start taking it upon ourselves before anyone else can do it. We judge ourselves and what we do, what we say, how we act, how we react. And it lowers our energy so much that it just starts this anger, resentment, guilt, depression, just this cycle. And it's hard to get out of once you start heading down in that way, because it's easy to criticize ourselves. Sometimes it's hard to raise ourselves up and to raise our vibration because we can see our faults. Our faults are right here all the time. And when we're in that lower vibration frequency, a lot of times it's just hard to struggle out of it. But with the practice of mindfulness, it is so much easier to be present with what you are, how you're feeling, and to change those negative ideas, those negative emotions, those negative tendencies, because we're right here, right now. We're not out of body. We're not over there somewhere. We're right here. We're right in body. And when we ask for help or we try to raise our frequencies, if we ask for help in this space, it's easier to connect, both grounding into Mother Gaia and asking for the help from the energies of Mother Gaia, fairies, gnomes, unicorns. We can go up into the cosmos and ask for guidance from the divine, from spirit, from ascended masters, deceased loved ones, ancestors, or even our angels and archangels. God, the universe, Holy Spirit, Christ Jesus, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, Mother Mary, anyone and everyone. So it's very easy to receive that help when you're present, when you're in that mindfulness state, to ask for help with non-judgment. So the exercise that we'll be doing today is something, there's two different parts to it because you can do it in two different ways. One way I find a little bit easier than the other. That doesn't mean it's wrong or right or just better than the other one. It's just easier for me. But the first one I'm going to teach you is, it's kind of like when you turn on a spigot for like a hose, like a garden hose or something, or even if you're just a spigot there in your house at the sink, whether that's in the bathroom or the kitchen, just something where you can turn it on and off. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at our thoughts. So right now I'm going to invite you just to come back into self, come back into the present moment, and how the easiest way to come back into self is to focus on your breathing. So taking in a deep breath and release that. Now, when you take the next breath, focus on what it feels like to take that breath in through the nose, feeling the cool air go down your throat and down into your lungs, filling up your lungs, and then releasing that air, releasing the warm air that's warmed inside your body, warmed inside your lungs, and coming out through your throat, out your mouth or your nose, and breathing out love. We can breathe in love and bring out love. Just that we're filled up full with love and we're sharing that love with the world. Wonderful. So that will help you to become more present. Also sending a cord liner link from your first chakra, which is right around your sit bones area, down into Mother Gaia, a cord liner link down into Mother Gaia, or through your feet down into Mother Gaia, bringing up the energies of Mother Earth and letting that swirl within your body, grounding to the physical. Good. And now taking a cord liner link from around your heart chakra, from your chest center where your soul self resides, and sending that up through the top of your head, up into the cosmos. And once it gets to about 12 to 14 inches above your head, it's going to hit the stellar gateway and shoot right up into the cosmos. So your spiritual or your energetic body is grounded and connected, and bringing down the energies of the cosmos or the divine into your body, swirling and mingling with the earth energy, filling your energetic batteries and your physical stamina. Good. So now that we're here behind our glasses, so this activity, this guided meditation, what it's all about is allowing free flow of thought, trying to get the free flow of thought without judgment. And when you turn the spigot on, allowing your thoughts to just come to you, just allowing all the thoughts to come. But when you start feeling judgment creeping in or criticisms of the thoughts that are coming in, just turn that spigot off. And instead of concentrating on the words that are coming to you or the phrases or the images or whatever's coming to you, focus on breath. Turn the spigot off. Focus on breath. And when you've cleared that session, which takes about 3 breaths, focusing on the breath coming into your body, into your lungs, and then focusing on releasing the breath. Focus on breathing in love, and then focusing on sharing the love by breathing out. Then we can turn the spigot back on, sit quiet for a few seconds, and allow the free thought to come. Just to let free thought come. Just let them come. It may not be thoughts or words. It may be images. It may be a to-do list, and that's okay. But without judgment or criticism. Once that starts creeping in, turn the spigot off and start focusing on breath again. Breathing in, feeling the air come through the nose or the mouth, down your throat, into your lungs, filling your lungs, then releasing that air back from your lungs to your throat and out your nose or mouth. Breathing in love and releasing love to the world. Good. All right. So that you can practice that throughout the day if you like. That's fine. It just takes a couple seconds. So the next one is just journaling. And you may do journaling now, but how to do this exercise is doing the same thing, except for when we turn the spigot on, just envision turning the spigot on and then sitting and just writing whatever is coming to you. Even if it's an image, just write down what it is that you're seeing or draw what it is that you're seeing. But once criticism or judgment starts creeping in to your writing or your thoughts, then we turn off that spigot and focus on breath. Wonderful. So I hope these mini guided meditations, guided activities help you in seeing where we start sliding down into criticism, sliding down into criticizing what we're thinking, sliding down into judgment, and then just turning that spigot off and coming back to self, coming back to just the love that surrounds us, that's within us, that we share with on the outside of us by releasing that breath. And when we have the ability to ask for help because our vibration has risen, because we are more connected and more in and aware of our body through the art of mindfulness, then we can call on our divine helpers, our physical helpers, and receive help right away. So thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I so appreciate it. If you have any comments, questions, ideas, or suggestions about this course, because we're only on day 2, we still have a week and quite a few days left. So if you have anything that you want to share, feel free to let me know any which way, and I will get back to you. And we'll maybe put that in, especially if it's a suggestion, into future episodes. You take care. Have a fabulous day. And as always, I'm sending you and yours love, light, and eternal blessings. Take care.